So let's talk about another superhero flick that kind of gets a bad rap, The Green Hornet, which recently celebrated its 10th anniversary this year. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2011 superhero flick, The Green Hornet, released by Columbia, directed by Michel Gondry, best known for directing various music videos, as well as the Jim Carrey movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. The film is based on the character of the same name by George W. Trendle and Fran Stryker that originated in a 1930s radio program and has appeared in movie serials, comic books, as well as a cult classic TV series in the 60s that came out after the success of the Batman series, and various other media. The film stars Seth Rogen in the title role, who he also wrote the screenplay with his colleague, Evan Goldberg, since they're no strangers to working with each other, along with Jay Chou, Christoph Waltz, Edward James Olmos, David Harbour, Tom Wilkinson, and Cameron Diaz. The film was released on January 14th of 2011. That was just 10 days before I turned 31. So this is a film I actually went and saw. Well, the film received mixed and negative response. At first, I didn't know what to think of this, since I've known the Green Hornet from only the TV series, because I've seen all the TV series that starred Van Williams in the title role, along with the late great Bruce Lee as his aide Kato. Anyway, everybody should know the Green Hornet is, but let me give you a heads up. He's really Britt Reed, owner and publisher of the Daily Sentinel. As you might have seen the TV show, and his dual identity is known only to his secretary, Lenore Case, and Frank Scanlon, the district attorney, but that was in the TV show. But this movie kind of took a little bit of a different way. I'll explain as I get to it. Despite getting mixed to negative reviews, the film still proved to be a big hit, though. So let's get into our story. Britt Reed is the playboy son of James Reed, the publisher of the Daily Sentinel in Los Angeles. They have an estranged relationship until James dies from an apparent allergic reaction to a bee sting. After the funeral, Britt fires the staff aside from his maid, but later rehires Kato, a mechanic, martial artist, and friend of James, as his assistant. They become the best of friends real quickly and get drunk together. Upon agreeing that they both hated James, the two visit the graveyard to decapitate James's memorial statue. After they succeed, Britt sees a couple getting mugged. When he tries to stop them, he gets beaten up. Luckily, Kato spots him and helps. When the police mistake the two for criminals, Kato evades them in a car chase as he and Britt return to their mansion. Britt convinces Kato they should become superhero-like crime fighters posing as criminals. So Kato develops a car outfitted with several gadgets and weapons, which they call the Black Beauty. Britt plans to capture Benjamin Chodnovsky, a Russian mobster and gangster uniting the crime families of LA under his command, and whom his father was trying to expose. To get Chodnovsky's attention, Britt uses the Daily Sentinel as a vehicle to publish articles about a high-profile criminal he names the Green Bee, but later renames it the Green Hornet. Britt hires Lenore Case as his researcher and uses her unwitting advice to raise the Green Hornet's profile. Britt and Kato blow up several of Chodnovsky's meth labs, leaving calling cards so Chodnovsky can contact them. Throughout all this, the Daily Sentinel's managing editor, Mike Axford, fears the single-minded coverage will endanger Britt's life, and District Attorney Frank Scanlon frets over public perception that he cannot stop the Green Hornet. Britt asks Lenore out for dinner, but she rebuffs him and instead invites Ko, making Britt confused and jealous. Ko learns from her that mobsters often offer a peace summit to rivals in order to get close enough to kill them. Britt then tells Ko that Chudnovsky has offered them such a meeting. Ko tries dissuading him, but Britt, feeling overshadowed, follows his instincts. This nearly proves fatal when Chudnovsky tries to kill them. Barely escaping the mansion, Britt and Ko start arguing and the two get into a fight, causing Britt to angrily fire both Ko and Lenore, who he believes are in a relationship. Later, Ko receives an email from Chudnovsky on the Hornet's calling card email address, offering $1 million and half of Los Angeles to the Hornet if he kills Britt. Meanwhile, Britt discovers that Scanlon is corrupt and that he tried to bribe James into downplaying the city's crime level to help his career. Chudnovsky, meanwhile, suffers a midlife crisis and renames himself as a supervillain known as Bloodnovsky. Scanlon invites Britt to a meeting in a restaurant where he reveals to Britt in his eye that he was responsible for the murder of his father, as he is shown to be an ally of Chudnovsky. Chudnovsky arrives with his henchmen to kill Britt, but Ko appears and saves Britt before they escape. Now to the ending, you know the procedure, 5 seconds to stop, go to the description box below, and fast forward to the time below to avoid any spoilers. If you've seen the movie, please continue after the 5 seconds. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. At the Daily Sentinel, Britt intends to upload a recording of Scanlon's confession onto the web, which he belatedly discovers he did not manage to record. Chudnovsky and his men who followed the duo there engage them in a firefight, wounding Britt in the process. However, Ko ultimately impales Chudnovsky in the eyes with 2 large pieces of wood in self-defense before Britt guns him down. A SWAT team appears and fires at the Green Hornet and Ko, who use the remains of their nearly demolished Black Beauty to run Scanlon out of the building to his death, and the two escape by using the ejection seats built in the car. The Green Hornet and Ko flee to Lenore's house, where she learns their true identities and hides them from the police before trying to help by removing the bullet from Britt. The next morning, Britt promotes Axford to chief editor and lies about being shot by Ko, further establishing the Green Hornet as a vigilante and allowing Britt to get treated by professionals in a hospital. Later, Britt and Ko weld the head back onto James's statue, and now with Lenore on their side, the two decide to continue protecting LA by breaking the law while also fighting criminals and saving civilians at the same time. End of story, my friends. So, what did I think of the Green Hornet? Well, I'm gonna say it's a mixed bag and what have you. Then there were some moments in this movie that I kind of didn't feel too comfortable with. I mean, well, Seth Rogen was factually good in ways and what have you. I figure the role could have went to someone better though. But I did read that he managed to lose weight and what have you in order to get into the role of the title character, which that was good to hear. Now Jay Chou, on the other hand, he was pretty good as KO. Not quite as good as Bruce Lee though, but he managed to but he still managed to show off the moves and what have you. Now, but the good thing about this movie was the action sequences and the driving sequences. That's a thing I really liked in this. That was really cool. And the battle with Chudnovsky was really intense. I also like James Newton Howard's score. That's not too bad. And, well, just about a lot of them, of the stuff was, like I said, this was just a mixed bag and what have you. Now, Cameron Diaz as Lenore Case, not too bad. Tom Wilkinson playing James Reed, not bad. Christoph Waltz playing Chudnovsky, That was pretty good villain. District Attorney Scanlon was played by David Harbour way before he even started on Netflix's Stranger Things, which I still have yet to check out. And of course, he more recently played the title character in the heavily dissed Hellboy reboot. And we will see him in Black Widow, which unfortunately has now been rescheduled to July. It pains me. Sorry, everyone, if you haven't heard. Oh, there you go. Edward James Olmos, who had recently been starring in the recent reboot of Battlestar Galactica on Sci-Fi, and he's appeared in numerous other movies as Mike Axford. Well, not too bad. Anyway, now if you actually watch closely at this movie, you'll actually get these appearances by Edward Furlong and James Franco, who unfortunately is uncredited though. But even so, the Green Hornet was a mixed bag. It was a little bit of a blast. Despite the film got mixed to negative reviews, it went on to make $227 million worldwide. So the question is, would I recommend the Green Hornet? Well, considering this was a mixed bag, I'm gonna say give it one view. And if you're not satisfied, I can't say I didn't try. All right. Enough said. Anyway, so what are your thoughts on the Green Hornet? Please tell me in the comments section below. And if you like this movie, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of The Mighty Ducks. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, check out these other two superhero type movies. The upper left hand corner is my review of The Punisher from 2004. The upper right hand corner is my review of Ghost Rider, which I just did a couple days ago. Or if you just want to take a little break from this, go to the bottom left hand corner and see an instant replay of my spring break live stream where I viewed the 1983 comedy from Sean S. Cunningham's Spring Break, which has done pretty well. Thank you. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe, which I'm now up to 200 and I think in 230 big subscribers. Thank you. Or I think I'm at 230. But I think I am. But anyway, if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.